Welcome, I'm Mike Broomhead. Before we jump into today's interviews, let's take a look at one of the top stories. It's been a little over 2 years since Hamas terrorists crossed Gaza and into Israel, where they murdered over 1,200 people and took over 250 hostages. Since that time, the war has waged on as Israel has gone in to ensure that Hamas will never be able to do this again to the Israeli people. There was a time when there was a good rapport between Palestinian citizens actually working and thriving in Israel, and we may get back there. But this war has taken a toll on everybody involved. The Palestinian people have been decimated, and so has Gaza, but the Israelis themselves have suffered. We asked the Deputy Consul General, Yulia Rachinsky, how does Israel define success, and do they see this peace deal as a stepping stone toward long-term political agreements? Here's what she had to say.
Israel defines success in two terms. One is bringing back all of our hostages. When I'm talking about all the hostages, I mean both alive and the bodies. So we did see a few days ago our alive hostages are back to their families. Finally, they were able to reunite with their families. Unfortunately, we haven't seen the return of the deceased hostages yet. So we have, in total, we have 28 hostages who are not alive anymore, and Hamas only returned the bodies of 9 of them, which means they were not able to fully implement the first step of the deal, which we are patiently waiting for the bodies to be brought back to Israel. But for now, we only got 9 of them, so we still have a way to go in that respect. The second step, which will define a success, it's definitely demilitarization of Hamas. We defined it as one of the declared goals of the war. So Hamas needs to be demilitarized completely. They have to be eliminated as a military and also administrative power in the Gaza Strip. And that's something that we are really hoping to see after all the steps of the deal are implemented.
I think the biggest issue is going to be trust. We've heard about peace agreements in the past, but can Hamas be trusted? In the days that followed the initial agreement where hostages were released, all of the living hostages were. But as you know, there were some of the hostages that had not lived, whose bodies, whose remains were still not turned over. That's one part of it. But in the days that followed, Hamas started taking up arms against the clans of Palestinians that were against Hamas, that were standing in opposition. So we know the killing continues. This time, it is Hamas going after Palestinians with weapons. Will they disarm? And when they disarm, will it last forever? That's always the question.